Now next, in all actions may I search into my mind. As soon as the delusion arise that endanger myself and others, may I firmly face and turn away them. This is the most difficult practice. In all actions, may I search into my mind. So you see, Kadamba masters always say that search my own mind, not others' mind. My own mind into my mind, search into my mind. As soon as delusion arise that endanger myself and others, which is true, ego destroys my joy and others' joy. Anger destroy my joy and others' joy. Anger destroy your happiness and my happiness. Anger eventually destroy our ultimate joy and our ultimate destiny. Right? So therefore, when someone criticizes you in front of you, Kadamba Master says, this kind of a trick, and you should think, oh, he or she is criticizing my ego, not me. So you make separate your ego and yourself. You regard yourself as a very pure person, but ego is somewhere around, so therefore you couldn't find, someone found it, so he or she is criticizing my ego. Then you should tell ego, did you hear what he or she said? So you should support this person and criticize ego together. I'm more powerful, he said. So then you should appreciate, thank you criticizing my ego. But you didn't criticize me. Thank you. You recognize me as a pure person, but the ego. So therefore, when whoever criticizes you, you feel okay because you know that, oh, it's not me, it's the ego. Yeah. So he or she criticizes my ego, not me. So this is kind of a trick. Of course, actually, it's yourself, of course, but no choice. Try to make this kind of a trick, make you a little bit comfortable. Otherwise, you will not try. Therefore, this is Kadampa's trick. It's also another high tech. Anyway, failed or achieved whatever practice must not give up our continuity. It's so important. Realizing life is not simple because of myself. Otherwise, life is so simple. Life is so simple. Really, really simple. But why life got so much complicated situation, and why there are so many confusions in my life? Because of my attitude. I carry this negative attitude from the beginningness of the time and never changed. This life is so-called precious human life, and having met up the great masters and received the teachings, still you are saying, it's not good, isn't it? It's not good. And the next life? Unthinkable. So, this precious human life, why you call precious human life? You could do so many good things. That's why the precious human life. Our life is not for fighting. Our life is not for the anger. Our life is not for the jealousy. Our life is not for accusation. Our life is not for unpleasant situation. Our lives for the purpose of cultivating joy, happiness, and ultimate victory. Life is one time or more, doesn't matter. We have to work with it. We have to work with it. You are in the retreat or you are in the city. You are in the cave or you are in the crowd spot. The location does not really make difference at all. It's your mind. It's our wisdom. It's our attitude. Attitude follows you everywhere. Whether you are alone or with your friends, doesn't really matter what situation you are. But it is following us. So therefore, you are the only one who is witness to yourself. I am a witness to myself. Therefore, Buddha says, you are yourself enemy. You are yourself friend, right? So, I have to responsible to every single practice I do. I'm not expecting for others' expression. I'm not expecting others' appreciation. I'm not expecting others' thankfulness. I'm only looking for the appreciation from myself. I need to fulfill my wish, and I need to fulfill the wishes of sentient beings, and I need to fulfill the wishes of the great masters and the Buddha. And how do you fulfill their wishes? Only way is to apply or actualize their teachings. They can see you always, and they give us blessing. But the only problem is we don't see the blessing. They are like a sun and a moon. They reflect everywhere and at every nook of corner. But receive blessing or not, you experience the blessing or not, is your own judgment, your own responsibility. Therefore, I need to examine myself, here says. Otherwise, arise that endanger myself and others. So I firmly face and turn away them. So immediately, don't keep your anger, don't keep your ego within you. If you keep these with you for long time, they will not give you joy. More you kind to them, the more they are disgusting to you. The anger's ego never appreciate your kindness. Never. So Buddha has seen very clearly, therefore he named ultimate destroyer. Anger, ego, ultimate destroyer. It is there, but difficult to walk with it. If you don't change, and who can help you to change? We cannot simply pray, make a prayer, say that, may Buddha, please Buddha, can you give me a blessing that may my ego turn away, may my anger go away. Buddha cannot give us such a blessing. The blessing is only come from his teaching, his words, his instruction. It's so funny, it's so strange. We keep image of a Buddha, yet we never listen his teaching. It's so funny, unbelievable. And we keep his teaching, 98 volumes in an altar, and a huge image, the gigantic size of a Buddha, gold, silver, precious, the diamond, whatever, you put it in the altar, and you do prostration, you light up lamps, and you pray, but your attitude is never changed. What for? It's what for? It's sad. It's very sad. And it's most stupid. I'm sorry to say that, but in the teaching have to be very direct. Particularly, this is Kadampa teaching. So it isn't like that, it isn't like that. So therefore, no point to keep image of a Buddha, tankas, mandalas, whatever. If you are unable to change your attitude, if you keep this negative attitude within you always, regardless you receive teaching or not, regardless you do practice or not, if you are failed to walk with your ego and your negative attitude, then better not be Buddhist. better not be Buddhist. It's not good image in the world of Buddha Dhamma. Therefore, our responsibility is to fight, to work. We don't fight with others, we fight our ego. I fight my anger. Make sure that I win and the anger lose. Anger lose. Ego lose. If you are able to do that, you are ultimate. You are ultimate the winner. And you have gained the ultimate victory. Yes? So therefore, must see the reality. Have to open your mind and wisdom to see what is actually right, what is actually wrong, not at the only level of surface, but much more into the deeper level of the reality. If you pay more attention, and eventually slowly, and you can see more clearer. That is the fact. So therefore, recognition is so important. When anger arises, apply recognition. Fail recognition, and then you cannot apply antidote. You cannot apply the method or remedy. So recognition leads the rest of the practices. Recognition. Recognizing the ego. Recognize the anger, disturbing emotion. And then walk with it. Each and every time when we meet up, all these kind of things, each and every time when we face such situation, one must not blame on others immediately. Rest and calm and think carefully. Think carefully. Yeah? Then follow the instruction. The teachings are not from my mouth. The teachings from the great masters. Why I'm saying great? Because they have experienced. They are the ultimate master, and they are mastered in these teachings. They have actualized. So each and every word given by them is their own experience and realization. So this teaching has full of a blessing. If you apply, it works so easily, so simply. It's not as difficult as what you think intellectually. Literally, intellectually, conceptually, yes, you can think everything, but it's difficult, it will never work with you. So therefore experience, actualized, bring it into, within. Make sure whatever words, instruction that you have seen, the receive is true. You can prove, we have to prove. The proof by practice. Meditate, contemplate, learn seriously. It's not simple, just say, oh, it's amazing. If you say amazing, this will not work with you. It is amazing, true, yes, it is amazing. They did and we couldn't. It is amazing. Because of the amazing, so they did it, we couldn't. If you apply it, and you can do like the Buddhas. Teaching is for that purpose. The recitation of mantra is for that purpose. So our daily life, in practice, our responsibility is to be checked. Attitude. Your mental attitude can be seen yourself. Nobody can judge it. In 7-point mind training, by Yeshidoji says, there are two witnesses. One is other one is self. Among these two, the best is self. Others can be seen wrongly, right? It's so easy. You are right, you are wrong, you are doing good, you are doing right, you are doing wrong, you are doing wrong. Easy, very easy. But self is so difficult. To recognize my own fault and mistake, to recognize my own the positivities and my own quality and my own study, my own meditation, to recognize them and correcting it. We have to correct right and wrong. Nobody can correct you. We have to correct through applying those precious teachings. Teachings existed. But when you say the teaching is so blessed, teaching is so precious, how do you know it's precious? This means you are proving. You have to prove, right? So prove through experience. Prove through actualize them. Make sure these words are true. So you have to be, I have to be truthful to myself. I have to be truthful. Be truthful through the learning, through actualizing. Therefore, whatever negativities, whatever like disturbing emotion arises, and don't keep it, immediately walk away it. He said that. The friendly face and turn away them. Okay, so I leave here for this morning, and we will continue in the afternoon. Thank you so much.